The theater department presents Pilgrim's Progress, art students raise money for Habitat for Humanity, and the moon turns red for a few hours.
All this and more coming up next on College Week.
From the McDonald Center on the campus of the University of Sioux Falls, this is College Week with Dylan Dwyer, Irene Samaniego, and Sports with Seth Cordy.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Dwyer.
And I'm Irene Samaniego.
So Irene, have you gotten a chance to see the lovely play yet on campus?
Actually, not, sadly. I'm really looking forward for tonight. I heard it's the last show.
I will be attending tonight as well because I appreciate good theater.
That's really good. The theater department has been going big with their productions lately. And Rob Godney has more on their latest play.
The Jetski Fine Arts Center hosted a 70-minute no-intermission play entitled Pilgrim's Progress, starring Donovan Meyer as Pilgrim. There were over 100 people in attendance for the production directed by Joel Obermuller for opening night. Joe sat down with College Week before their inaugural production and gave us insight to Pilgrim's Progress.
Pilgrim's Progress is an old Christian allegory that was written in the 17th century by a man named John Bunyan. And it's the story of a man who could be any one of us traveling through life as a Christian along the way, and he encounters all kinds of difficulties and setbacks, but also some friends and some encouragement along the way, just like all of us do. And so you see him travel this journey from the city of destruction to the celestial city at the end.
College Week was able to catch up with actress Carrie Lena and actor David Morale as they shared their thoughts in preparation for this production.
Well, I'm definitely excited that it's opening night. You get to a certain time in your rehearsal process where you've really peaked, and if you keep going, then you'll actually lose some of your momentum. And I think we're definitely there. We've had some hard rehearsals, and now we're just ready to show off for the audience and have some fun.
My expectations for this show is I expect a full house for the first night, and if we do not get a full house, I will be very disappointed in my peers because we worked really hard for this, just to tell this story, and you all have to come to this show. There is no other option for you.
Actor David Morale explained to College Week that preparation for this production was not an easy task.
And preparations for the show, I had long hours in this theater, as well as in my room, just reading over my lines, murmuring in Java and other places, my lines under my breath, and people were just looking at me weird, just saying, what is that guy doing talking to himself? And yeah, that's pretty much what I've done to prepare.
Director Joe Obermuller gave College Week an exclusive preview for fall of 2014.
The idea is to get a lot of people on campus involved and all sorts of different groups, and my goal is to pack this 800-seat auditorium for that production.
For College Week, I'm Rob Goffney.
University art students are serving the community by using their art skills. Students from sculpture and printmaking classes picked out items from Habitat for Humanity's Restore to Remake into works of art. Students picked out items like old fans, light fixtures, ceramic tiles, a baby carriage, and even a blender. The art will be auctioned to fundraise for Habitat for Humanity. Associate Professor of Art, Cisa Cooper, said that students are excited to see how their pieces sell and to help people in the Sioux Falls community.
This past Tuesday, the moon changed its color to a vivid red. This phenomenon took place starting at 1:48 a.m. and lasted all the way through 4:24 a.m. Blood moon, or the moon turning red, occurs only during a total lunar eclipse. The moon turns red due to the sunlight and sunset escaping through the Earth's atmosphere. This year, there will be a total of 4 lunar eclipses, so if you miss it on Tuesday, you can see the blood moon reappearing on October 8th of this year, and April 4th and September 18th of next year. Sadly, if you miss those 3, you will have to wait until 2032 to catch the blood moon again.
Boy, that blood moon was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed looking at it very much. Here's Tanner Wangsness with this week's pop quiz question. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Tanner Wangsness with this week's pop quiz question. This week's question, in what year did KCFS, the University of Sioux Falls radio station, go on the air? Was it A, 1969, B, 1971, C, 1975, or D, 1980? Stay tuned for the answer.
USF. Cougar crazies. I got something for y'all to check out. Yep, Cougar. Y'all need to check it out. Cougar. I said y'all should check it out. Cougar. Check it out. Son. Cougar. Yeah. You need to check it out. If the USF Cougars is something you need a rep, well then Cool Gear Locker is something you need to check. You're in need of apparel, you gotta be looking right. Go to cool-gearlocker.com website. When I spit it, y'all should listen. Try to determine how I rip it. USF is what we reppin'. USF is never slipping. Cougar fans, y'all looking great. You know that we dominate. Need some gear, ain't gotta wait. With Cool Gear Locker, raise the stakes. Cool Gear. Y'all need to check it out. Cool Gear. I said y'all should check it out. Cool Gear. Check it out. Cool Gear. You need to check it out.
I must admit, my KCFS radio knowledge is not where it needs to be because I just don't think I know the answer to this question.
You know, I think it's B.
Okay.
I'm putting all my money in B.
I don't even know it all, but I'm going to try C. Let's see what it is.
Hi, welcome back. In what year did KCFS, the University of Sioux Falls radio station, first go on the air? Was it A, 1969, B, 1971, C, 1975, or D, 1980? Well, if you guessed B, 1971, you're spot on. The University of Sioux Falls actually had its radio station start on September 6, 1971, after approval was made by the FCC in May of 1970. The original station had a 10-watt antenna and was broadcast on 90.9 FM. Since then, it's had two frequency changes, one to 100.1 and to its current frequency at 94.5. Bet you didn't know that.
Well, once again, Irene trumps me in trivia yet again. In order to highlight the growing need for concern and awareness about autism, the Autism Society has been celebrating National Autism Awareness Month since the 1970s. The United States recognizes April as a special opportunity to educate the public about autism. College Week's Miranda Kane has more.
Known as a complex developmental disability affecting communication and interaction, autism is considered a spectrum disorder. Autism and similar disorders affect people differently, but often in the same areas. Lori Bohm's son, Joey, is just one example.
Must have been about 2.5. I took him in on a Friday for a speech evaluation, and the speech therapist said, I think he has autism. And I thought, okay, it's Friday at 3 o'clock. How do I get this fixed before the weekend? And I didn't. But we actually got a diagnosis when he was about 3 or 3.5. He takes care of himself. He showers and shaves and all that by himself, but he can't stay home alone. We've never gone for a couple hours and just left him because we don't think it's safe. If the house burned down, I don't know that he would leave. He has a lot of trouble with communication. I think he knows what he wants, and I think most of the time he understands what people ask. It's just that he has to process it, and I don't think he can always pull the words out of the word bank in his head to express what he thinks or what he needs or what he wants.
Similar to autism, Asperger's syndrome is another disorder that affects communication and interaction. But like Joey, Leah Graber's brother Cole has more to offer.
It works in different ways for different people, but in general it affects social skills. He struggles in things like English and humanities, and not really art, but in social sciences per se. He's brilliant at science and math, which is, the typical, stereotypical Asperger's syndrome.
Joey's not autistic. Joey has autism. Joey has autism. He has autistic tendencies. He's a person first.
As disorders like autism and Asperger's syndrome become more common in our society, the question isn't how can we teach them to fit in, but rather, how can we use their gifts and talents? For College Week, I'm Miranda Kane.
Students and teachers to know is that you meet one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. We don't tend to celebrate autism at our house.
Students have the opportunity to see USD award-winning Distinguished Professor of Music, Susan Esquirim, in concert on Thursday, April 24 at 7 p.m. in the Jeske Fine Arts Center. Esquirim will be playing Spanish and Latin American keyboard music. The event is free for USF students.
Student Senate elections are coming up. Any students that will be at USF next year are welcome to run and can pick up a petition at the Student Senate disc. Petitions are due at the Student Development Office by 12 p.m. on Friday, April 25th. Elections will be held May 1st through the 4th.
Coming up next is Java Talk with Donovan Miner.
Don't go away.
Sometimes the world moves faster than you do. It can move so fast that you just can't keep up. That's why you need to be able to trust people. You need to trust someone who can slow things down for you. I'm Jaden Miller, USF College Week anchor, and you can count on me to keep you up to speed.
Hi, and welcome to another session of Java Talk. I'm Donovan Miner, and I'm joined today by Zach Dresch and Doug Hare. How are you guys doing today?
Swell.
Good. Good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I'm a junior here at USF, Communication Studies and Theater major, and been here since 2011. It's been a fun ride. And, yourself?
I'm a sophomore. I'm a philosophy major and still trying to figure out some other stuff, English minor.
Do you guys do any other activities outside of classes, or?
I manage the radio station.
Okay.
It's been fun. Got another year left. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of cool plans with that too. Trying to do a bunch of interviews with hopefully all-time low. You never know.
That would be great. So they're in town next week, aren't they?
Yeah, I emailed their publicity guy. Hopefully something happens with that.
So you guys are in a band, as most people on campus know. I mean, it's a pretty big thing that you guys have this band that actually plays shows. And you guys recorded some stuff. Can you tell us a little about the band?
Yeah, well, we started last spring, me and Bobby Koyman. We kind of just started writing random stuff, just the two of us. So it didn't feel full quite yet. It was kind of just like not even like White Stripes. It was just like, okay, we need something here. Like, we need a bass. And so we had heard that Doug was playing bass. And so we kind of tried out with him first, and it went really well. And so he joined pretty much immediately.
Nice.
And we have a potential lead guitarist coming in very soon.
Yeah. Cool. And what's the name of your band, just for the?
The Disarmed.
Okay.
That's what we're called.
And you guys just recorded an album. How did that go? I mean, did you guys get an actual studio, or did you kind of use like Pro Tools, something?
Well, my dad owns a studio in town, Cat House Studios,
okay.
And we recorded with him 3 dates throughout the past 8 months. Like, we did 3 or 4 songs per session, and then once we finished it last Sunday,
nice.
We finished it.
What kind of sound, I guess, can we expect from it?
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
If you're looking for like a set definition, we'd say 90s alternative rock.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like that sound. Like,
we have a lot of influences from stuff like Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, and stuff like that. So it's kind of grungy at some points. It's kind of all over eclectic.
We all have very different influences. I'm more of the pop punk guy. Doug's more like the metal, but he also listens to folk and stuff. Bobby's straight up just Counting Crows and Stained. That's like all. But he likes a lot of different stuff too. Nirvana, obviously too.
So, do you guys have any upcoming shows or anything to promote this? Or do you have a release show coming up or anything?
We're working on the design, artwork, and stuff right now. It's in the works. But,
okay, so it's still a while.
Yeah, we're doing a bunch of shows coming up though. We're planning to do out-of-town shows this summer at some point.
Yep.
All right, nice. Are there any other local bands that you support or have supported you?
The Businessman, say. USF Pride.
What's Businessman?
Aaron Booth, Caleb Vernick, and Nathan Lippert. Most of them graduated last year, or are still here. I'm not sure if they're quite still here, but they have been in a band here we've done shows with them, and it's been good.
They're kind of indie folk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I remember them playing at the beginning of the year or something.
Yeah, they played the Cookie Feast. Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
After them with that.
I guess, what are your guys' hopes for this band? I mean, what do you hope to go, or where do you plan to go with this?
Well, my goal is Warped Tour. but that's like
a really good goal. I mean,
like that's a realistic goal for me. Like I don't expect to be playing Wembley Arena anytime soon, but I mean like if we could get a following, I'd be happy with that.
If we could just tour at all, that would be great.
I mean, it is possible. I mean, there's been a lot of local bands that have kind of made it in their own ways. I mean, I know there's a local band called Colossus, they're a Christian metal band. They just got signed to, I want to say, Victory Records or something.
Face Down.
Oh, okay.
Christian hardcore label, I think. I'm a nerd when it comes to labels and stuff like that.
I'm still learning it a little bit, but no, I mean, so there's a chance, because I understand, it seems a little unrealistic to say, oh, I'm going to make it big, because I was in a band once myself, and it was really, we were like, yeah, we're going to make it famous, and then we played for an audience of about 3 people, and that was it.
Yeah, I was in bands in high school, and that was about the same. Like, we played a show in Iowa where 2 people showed up. It was a dive bar, and the next day I quit the band. So that was a fun story. I think I told you that one. But
how'd that go? I mean,
it was awkward, but it was fun.
Okay.
It was a fun show.
Well, we're actually already out of time, so it was nice having you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for Java Talk, and up next is Sports with Seth Cordy.
Academic excellence, inspired talent, Christian values, athletic champions. This is the University of Sioux Falls. Proud to be with you the whole way.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the show, sports. Seth, I hear we got tennis, baseball, hockey, we got it all, huh?
Yeah, the tennis team actually had some tough competition last week with Division I opponents. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's hear all about it.
Absolutely. The Cougar women's tennis team fell to NCAA Division I University of South Dakota Coyotes 7-0 in Vermillion, South Dakota. USD swept the doubles point to jump ahead for a 1-0 lead. Michelle Elkin and Malika Pavlovich won 8-1 versus Carly Sieve and Emily Erickson on court 2 to clinch the point for the Coyotes. In singles play, Sieve had the most competitive match at number 6, losing the first set 7-6 to Nina Bardudzik before falling 6-0 in the second frame. Pavlovich clinched the match for USD, winning at the number 2 position in a hard-fought point-for-point match against USF's Stacey Beard, 6-0 and then 6-2. Although the match was already decided, Erickson battled well at the number 3 singles position against Yulia Sedenko, falling 6-2 and 6-0. The Cougars are now 8-10 overall and are getting ready for the 2014 NSIC tournament, which will be held April 26th through the 27th in Minnetonka, Minnesota. The men's baseball team is now in striking distance for an NSIC tournament berth after Tuesday night's win over Southwest Minnesota State. After losing 6-4 to the Mustangs earlier in the day, the Cougars got it together and posted an 8-7 victory later Tuesday evening. Cougars pounced on SMSU starter Travis McLaughlin in the second inning, putting together 4 hits and a walk to push across 4 runs. Brandon Truesdale singled to open the frame and was doubled home by Anthony Lopez. Michael followed with a big 2-bagger that plated both Lopez and Austin Ritchie, who walked before a sac fly off of Peterson's bat extended USF's lead to 4-0. MSSU quickly answered in the third as Const delivered with a 2-run double to score Haas and Neely before the score was 4-2, but USF would score single runs in the 3rd through 6th innings to increase the margin to 6 runs at 8-2. Following a strikeout, Jordan Const came through with a 2-run single before Ellis drilled a double to make the score 8-5. The Mustangs then connected for back-to-back RBI singles to trim their deficit to 8-7 and put the tying run on second base. Noah Coleman was summoned to play the hero and got the next batter to hit into a fielder's choice for the second out, but things got dicey when he pelted Jason Minute with a 2-1 fastball to once again load the bases. Unrattled, the senior lefty induced a grounder to shortstop to end the game. USF will remain at home this weekend. The Cougars' 4-game NSIC series against Minnesota Duluth has been relocated from Duluth to Sioux Falls, but will remain a Friday and Saturday series. Both doubleheaders will begin at 12 p.m. at Harmondon Park. The USF track and field team competed in the Sioux City Relays this past weekend, while the multi-event athletes competed at the Emporia State Open Multis. 9 top 2 finishes, 4 NCAA provisional qualifying marks, and 1 NCAA automatic qualifying mark were in store for the Cougars track and field team. The Cougars will compete next in the Red Raider Open and multi-events April 16th through the 17th and the Kansas Relays April 17th through April 19th. While March Madness may be over, the fun is just beginning for hockey fans. Our own Dakota Case has more on the story.
Nothing says spring is here quite like the NHL's traditional Stanley Cup playoff beer. First incorporated by the New York Islanders dynasty of the early 1980s, a prominent playoff beard is a good indicator of team success. Youthful and patchy, burly and gray, facial hair has many forms in the 16-team race for Lord Stanley's Chalice. Why is the playoff beard so popular? Because it's guaranteed to work, for just one team, that is. When a player looks down the bench to see a row of scruffy-faced warriors, he can be reassured he's one of 23 brothers in arms working together with one mind for a single purpose, the Stanley Cup Championship. And after it's all said and done, the beard ultimately has to come off. But, well, it can wait a little bit longer. Celebrating is just beginning.
I'm here with fellow College Week anchor Dakota Case and resident hockey expert, and we have a bit of a playoff matchup on our hands here.
Yeah, you know, Dylan is a fan of the Colorado Avalanche, and I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, the better team, I might add. Just kidding. Anyway, you know, it's a special time of the year. We had the playoff beard package there that you just saw. Gotta love it. You know, we've got a bet. Whoever wins, you know, the loser has to shave his beard. There's no shaving until the series is decided. So I'm gonna have this thick beard. His, you know, little shaggy.
I'm not much of a beard man myself. So.
Anyway, so we'll update as College Week goes on with some photos and pictures of the loser. This guy shaving. Anyway, so keys to the series here. What's the one big concern you have for this series?
Well, the biggest concern that I have is the amount of possession that the Avalanche are taking care of. It seems like they are really struggling to keep the puck together and really not having a great time of possession at the end of the game. But they have such powerful scoring attackers and a great guy in the goal, so I don't know if it's going to be a wild win this series.
Well, you know, I think it will come down to goaltending. You know, Varlamov is an incredible goaltender. You and I have both seen it firsthand. But you know, Ilya Bryzgalov, I think, is the big wild card here. You know, he's had success with Phoenix, with Philly. Well, maybe not so much with Philly, but with Phoenix and Anaheim, and has a Stanley Cup ring from 2007. You know, I think if he can hold up with this team, the pressure's off. It's Minnesota. He's not in a big market like he was in Philly. I think if he can hold up, he'll be good. So, but so you know, we have that bet, and best of luck to you there, good sir.
Best of luck to you as well.
All right. Well, you know, I guess we'll just toss it back to you guys at the desk.
And that wraps up another edition of USF College Week. I'm Seth Cordy.
And I'm Irene Samaniego.
Be sure to check us out on our website, usfcollegeweek.com.
And before we leave, USF goes happy. Check it out.